Today I want to talk about one of the things that would actually rarely be spoken about. Um, when you picture Jesus and when you take the name Jesus, the first thing that comes to your mind is righteousness. Simply means that he's doing every single thing righteously. It means that there's no iota of unrighteousness. Don't forget, these words are man-made. There's nothing like a divine. These words are man-made. So when you take the name Jesus is associated with righteousness. So therefore, there's no iota of unrighteousness found in him. So when you go actually through the New Testament, you should not find a single place that suggests, even in the slightest sense, that Jesus was unrighteous. So to actually talk about this subject in this sense of lies is a very big deal. Because if Jesus is portrayed to be God or claims to be God according to John, then because John is the only person that actually divinated Jesus, made Jesus divine. All the three synoptic gospels didn't do that. It's only John that actually do that. And I'm planning next week I'll tackle that. But when you suggest that Jesus, there's a possibility that Jesus actually told a lie, then this whole scenario of him being divine and over the righteous will not hold water, because for you to claim that he is God, it means that he should not tell a lie even a single time. Just one time. Because if a lie is found in his mouth just one time, just once, it disqualifies him from being a God. Because even Numbers says that God is not a man that he should lie, meaning it's impossible for Jesus to lie. There shouldn't be any scenario that even suggests the slightest that Jesus lies or lied. Let's go into it and see. Aquaba feels like forever. Wow. Feels like I haven't been here in a long time. Listen, it's been back to back to back. If you remember, I told you right after our annual sacrifice that it's going to be a lot of changes going to happen in this community. We're going to see a lot of things, and let's get it. There's going to be a lot of work to be done. And listen, it's been back to back to back to back. And just this past Sunday, we officially were introduced to our community to be. And it was an awesome experience. Those of you that haven't had a chance to watch it, please, the video is in the playlist. So just go to the videos, and it was just uploaded yesterday, so you'll see it. It was an exciting experience. I'm being honest. It was something else. It was just amazing being in this place, and I'm Ghanaian, so to actually feel the type of way that I feel, I can only imagine how our brothers and sisters in the diaspora will feel, knowing very well that there's a home, there's a community that is saying, come home. We accept you. We make you part of us. You are us. We are family now. This is your home. This is where you are. Listen, it's just insane. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about a lot of things that is happening in this family. Listen, the speed to which we're doing. If you are not in any of the communities, please don't hesitate to hit the link in the description, or send a text to the WhatsApp line in the description, and I will take you to the process. But if you come into the community via the link, then please notice or know that there's an admin that is going to contact you. An admin is going to contact you and ask you few questions. Please, when you come in, don't be in a haste to want to say, oh, I want to speak to Kojo, I want to speak to Kojo. Not that I'm not going to speak to you, but we are trying to build something amazing. And the only how we're going to be able to build this amazing family is that we make sure that we are ourselves. We don't find anybody else coming in, you understand? So it's very necessary that you go to a very little, it's not harmful, just a very little healthy vetting that is just to tell us that you are with us and you're actually part of where we are going. Because if you're not really with us, then what is the point of being here? You understand what I'm saying? So please don't get upset if you come in and you have to go to the vetting and you go like, I want to talk to Kojo. Listen, we're family. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you anytime. But just let us do the initial thing so that we know who is who. Because when you join the community, you didn't even know which one is my number, right? So the admins are the best people to go to help us make sure that our family becomes what it must be. So please bear with us. Please bear with us. And I apologize in advance, anybody that has been trying to talk to me, that you haven't gotten through yet. You know, it's been back to back. Listen, we travel all the time. We're doing something new all the time, and we are literally setting up our community. Literally, we have our lane now. So there's a lot of things going on. So please be patient, okay? Have patience with us. And I want to say a big thank you to the powers that be. Dumankume! Yeah. Dumankuma. Papa Yadawasi. As I see our mother, the earth, we are grateful. The powers of the air dimension, the earth dimension, the water dimension, the fire dimension, we are much grateful. And please, we want to say a big thank you to all the powers that are with us. The powers that we do not know, the powers that we do not hear, the powers that no man has ever encountered. We want to say a big thank you to Nana Esi, Ajo, Abine, Awuku, Yahweh, Fi. Amen. We want to say thank you to Now Jahima and Nanam Frama. Thank you to all the powers, all the gods. Amagana, we are grateful. Nana Busum Ska, we are grateful. Nana Busum Afram, we are grateful. We are so humble. Nana Prophet Tem, we are grateful. Nana Tebe, we are grateful. We are humble that you, the powers that be, are working with us to become who we must be. It's an amazing feeling. So, listen, I don't want to take in much of your time. Let's go straight into this conversation. So I want to go straight into this conversation, and we have a lot of text to read today. I'm hoping that I'm able to read all of them in the shortest possible time, because I don't want to take your time. And it says that don't forget that the New Testament says all lies shall be cast in the lake of fire, right? So it's not even a conversation when it comes to Christianity and lies, or Christology and lies. There's not a conversation to be had, because it's just the father of lies is the devil. So there's no possible way that you should lie. It's only strange that this conversation is even coming up, that there are certain verses in the New Testament that suggest that Jesus told a lie, and not just one time. And there's something that I want us to look into together. So why would Jesus lie? Why? I mean, who was he afraid of? What was he afraid of? He's God, right? Why should he lie? Is it okay to lie? Can you have a righteous lie? Because there are a couple of places in the scriptures that spoke about a righteous lie. I mean, even the workers or the servants of Pharaoh lied to Pharaoh. You understand? The harlots lied. There's several places that lies are all over. But the question is, do we have anything called a righteous lie? Jesus, on the other hand, is supposed to be the one without sin. The one that never sinned at all. So let's go to the first situation that I don't even want to use the word lie, that I want us to look into. Matthew 7:7. Let's read it together. Matthew 7. Please don't throw away your Bibles, because we need the Bibles to expose the lies that we've been programmed with. Matthew 7:7-8. And I read, it says, ask and it shall be given you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh receiveth. He that seeketh findeth. To him that knocketh it shall be opened. Or what man is there of you, whom if his son asks for bread, will give him stone? So this is basically Jesus saying that ask and it shall be given. Seek, you find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. Just like that. On the surface, this means no harm. I mean, when you ask, you'll be given, right? But let's try and step a little further to find out actually what this point is about. Because don't forget, Jesus is teaching prayer here. And he's teaching them how to ensure that whatever the believers are, the Christians, ask for, they get it. So let's go to another place. Matthew 18, 19. Matthew 18, 19. Like I said, I'm reading a lot of scriptures today. So Matthew 18, 19. It says, am I saying the right thing? Yeah. 18, 19 to 20. It says, verily I say to you, whatsoever ye shall bind on earth shall be bound in the heaven. And whatsoever ye shall loose on earth shall be loosed in the heavens. Whatsoever you bind shall be bound. You see, when you read this scripture, please don't try to mystify the simplicity of the New Testament. Don't do that. When you do that, you leave yourself so much exposed. So don't come to me and say, oh, you don't understand it. It didn't mean this way. Why is it that you choose and tell which part of the Bible that is mysterious and which part of the Bible that is plain? Who is giving you that mandate to have that criteria spelled out to everybody else? So don't do that. Oh, you are reading it wrong. You're getting it wrong. Please don't do that. No, not here. We don't do that here. Okay? So basically what Jesus is saying is that as whatever you ask, whatever you bind, whatever you shall bind, shall be bound on earth. Whatever. I've been in the churches for my entire life, basically, and I've had a lot of Christians bind the devil, bind Satan, bind Lucifer, and yet including the head pastor and the archbishop and the bishop, bound the devil left, right, center, yet the devil is never bound. So what was Jesus saying here? Whatsoever ye shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. So why is it that the bounding? So let's say maybe you say the devil is of a higher class. Let's take Christians that have unfortunately died in accident. When the accidents were coming up, they were binding the devil. They were binding the demon. They were binding the spirit in charge of the accident. Let me know. Recently, a video was circulating around that a crocodile bit the hand of a lady. Just watch this.
Okay, make a call you right now.
As well as Medila.
You, I want to buy Malo. You want to buy it? You, I want to buy Malo. To buy Malo. For myself.
The lady was screaming, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Bind it, rebuke it. The crocodile didn't hear. The crocodile is on earth. He says, whatever shall be bound on earth should be bound in the heavens. Yet the very crocodile that you were binding didn't move. Again, I say unto thee that if two of you shall agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven. Whatever they ask of my Father which is heaven, if two come into agreement, whatever they ask, it shall be given to them. There was no clause and conditions. For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there I am in the midst of them. So no conditions, right? When 2 or 3 agree on something, it should be done. I'm asking a simple question. How many times have a whole church agreed on things and yet nothing was done? How many times have a pastor and a wife agreed on things and it was never done? This is Jesus saying it. Let's go to Mark. Let's go to Mark 11:23. Mark 11:23. Mark 11:23. For verily I say to you that whatsoever ye shall say unto this mountain, be thou moved and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he has said shall come to pass, he shall have whatsoever he said. This is not true. Listen, did Jesus ever move any mountain? Did Jesus ever cast any mountain into the sea? Tell me one person. This is not possible. I know a lot of things. Listen, you cannot just get up and go against the law of nature and think that in Jesus' name that is going to change. You cannot move a mountain just by binding it. You move a mountain by explosions. Even that, it takes a lot of explosive materials to be able to move certain mountains. When you go to the quarries, you hear the blastings that goes on in the quarries. You cannot ask a mountain to move and the mountain will move into the seas. You cannot get whatever you wish. That's not even possible. I don't want to go into it. People wish all kinds of stuff. Does that mean they are supposed to? Children wish that they were driving. Does it mean that you have to put your child in a car? You don't get whatsoever you wish. And you don't move mountains into the sea. I triple, quadruple dare any pastor that feels that what I'm saying, or any Christian that thinks that what I'm saying is a bunch of, to move the mountain, I'm waiting. Mountains don't get moved because you're asking it to move. Jesus couldn't move the mountains. And don't tell me it's figurative, it's metaphorical. Don't say that. Don't. When you pick and choose that this is metaphorical, why don't we say, okay, the issues on the laws is also metaphorical. You can choose and you can ask and choose where to interpret. Don't you leave yourself exposed. Don't do that. When it comes to what to eat, why don't you say that is also metaphorical? When it comes to the tithe, why don't you also say, so don't tell me, oh, it was metaphorical. It was just not talking about physical mountains. It says when you ask the mountain to move, the mountain will move into the sea. John 14:13-14. John 14:13-14. Let's go there. Reading a lot of scripture today. John 14:13-14 says, and whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that I will do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. How many times have you asked things in Jesus' name and you never saw anything? But he says, if you shall ask anything, what? Listen, when you tell a child, ask me anything and I will do it, what do you think the child is going to ask you? Anything. No limit. So you cannot say that when you ask, everything you ask will be given, and then, no, you can't say that. No, don't do that. Don't. Come on. John 15:7 says what? 7. If ye abide in me and my words abide in you, ye shall ask what ye will. Whatever you will. Is that how the world works? Is that how the principles of the dimensions work? Whatever you will, it shall be done unto you. Really? John 15:16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you, that ye shall go and bring forth fruit, and what your fruit shall remain, that whatsoever ye ask the Father in my name, he will give it to you. the life that we live don't work like that. This principle of prayer that Jesus was telling them to pray is flawed. You don't get every single thing you want. You don't get everything you wish. It doesn't work like that. There are principles, there are rules, there are laws of nature. When you go against the laws of nature will come after you. You don't get things because you feel like it, because you wish like it. It don't work like that. Anyway, let's continue. Let's go to Mark 12, 28 to 31. Let's see what is there, okay? Mark 12, 28 to 31. And one of the scribes came, and having heard them reasoning together and perceiving that he had answered them well, asked him, which is the first commandment of all? Jesus answered, the first of all the commandment is, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. And thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself with all thy heart, and thy soul, and thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. So, according to Jesus, the commandment here supersedes love the Lord thy God. Let's read. You see, when we are reading the scriptures, just read it. Don't mystify it, just read it. Jesus is saying, right, that's the first commandment. Right? Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy mind. That's the first commandment, right? And the second is like, namely this. It's like, namely this. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these. What is the first commandment? What is the second commandment? What is the third commandment? What is the fourth commandment? Jesus was asked a simple question. Which of the first commandments, asked him, which is the first commandment of all? Jesus said, I did not come to change the laws. I did not come to break the laws. I came to keep them. I came to fulfill them. Why are we doing this? If the commandments are there, the first commandment, second commandment, third commandment, this is not the first and second commandment. Unless you want to mystify it, then that's okay. But let me not dwell on this. Let me not dwell here. Matthew 26. Okay? Matthew 26. 64. Let me not dwell on a commandment. Let me leave it. Matthew 26, 64. Okay? Let's leave it. Jesus said unto him, but Jesus held his peace, and the high priest answered and said unto him, I adjure thee by the living God that thou tell us whether thou be the Christ, the Son of God. Jesus said unto him, thou hast said, nevertheless I say, thou hast said, nevertheless I say unto thee, hereafter ye see the Son, hereafter shall ye see the Son. You shall see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of the power and the coming in the clouds of the power and the coming in the clouds of the heavens. Then the high priest rent his clothes, saying, he has spoken blasphemy. Now watch this. Jesus told the high priest, you are going to see me sitting at the right hand side of power, and you will see me come down in clouds. Jesus is saying to the high priest, you will see it. Jesus is supposed to know it all. Jesus is supposed to know the accuracy of everything he said. Who is the prophet? The prophet is the one that saith a thing and it comes to pass. Jesus said this high priest would see him descend in the cloud. Question: did the high priest see Jesus descend from the clouds? Answer: no. The high priest died not seeing Jesus descend down. Jesus is telling that, imagine I tell you, you will see me come and visit you in your house. What would you expect? You would expect me to come and visit, whether by flight or ship or whatever means. You would expect that I come visit. Jesus said, you will see me descend in the cloud. The high priest never saw him descend in the cloud. The high priest died. What did Jesus do? Was he just saying some bunch of stuff he had no control of? What was happening? The high priest never saw what Jesus said he was going to see. Was that truth or was that a lie? I don't have to make the decisions for you. Because I know how Christians be like. And I know how our brothers and sisters get caught up in these things. And they don't even open their eyes to read these things by themselves. Jesus said, you will see it come down. Did the high priest see it? No, the high priest died. Not seeing it. Let's go to John. John 16:33. John 16:33. 33. Says what? Says what? These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world you would have tribulations, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. Jesus is saying, in him, according to John, Jesus is saying, in him there is peace. The world is chaotic, but don't worry. I've overpowered the world. I've overcome the world. So therefore, my peace is going to overshadow the world. Meaning Jesus is saying, I came to bring peace. Does this resonate with you? Jesus is saying, in John, I came to bring peace. Wait a minute. Jesus came to bring peace. That's what he's saying in John. Did I read right? These things I've spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace. In Jesus we will have peace. So Jesus came to bring peace. Don't take my word. Okay? Let's go. Luke 12:51. Luke 12:51. 51. Says, suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. I tell you, nay, but rather division. Jesus is saying in Luke that don't you dare think that I brought peace here. No, I didn't come with peace. I came to bring chaos. I thought Jesus said chaos is in the world and he is of peace and he has overcome the world. Why is he saying here in Luke that he didn't come to bring peace? He came to bring something else than peace. Wait, which one of the two is he saying? Did he bring peace or he brought chaos? John is saying he brought peace. Luke is saying he brought chaos. Let's read. Matthew 10. Matthew 10:34. Matthew 10:34. Matthew 10:34. Matthew 10:34. Let's read it. Come on now. Matthew 10:34 says, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword, war. Jesus saying, I came not to bring peace, but war. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, daughter against his mother, the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law. A man's foe shall be that which is in his own house. I came to bring chaos. I came to destroy families. Oh, wait a minute. Who upon the face of the earth desires most to see families destroyed, to see families eradicated, to see that black people don't give birth to more children, to see that the black family is destroyed? Who in this world? Jesus said the same thing. Did Jesus come for peace or come for war? Which Jesus are we to believe? The Jesus in John or the Jesus in Matthew, Mark, Luke? Wait, maybe this is all made up, right? I'm just making things up. I have no idea what I'm saying. I'm just making things up. Let's look at the issue of John the Baptist. Let's read Matthew 17. Matthew 17. Okay. 12 to 13. Matthew 17, 12 to 13. But I said to you that Elias is come already. Jesus is saying, I said to you, Elias is come already. They knew him not, but have done unto him whatsoever they listed. Likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them. Then the disciples understood he spake unto them about John the Baptist. So meaning, John the Baptist is the Elijah that is supposed to come. Jesus is saying that they did to John the Baptist, and the disciples understood that this is talking about John the Baptist. So let's go to John the Baptist and ask John the Baptist, are you the Elijah that is to come? Because Jesus said, he's already come. I say unto Elias is come already. Jesus said he's already here. And everybody understood that this was talking about John the Baptist. So let's go to Uncle John and ask Uncle John. Uncle John, are you Elijah in the flesh? John 1:21. John 1:21. John 1:21. Let's see what Uncle John says. 21. And he said, and they asked him, what then? Art thou Elias? He said, I am not. Art thou that prophet? He answered, no. John the Baptist is saying, no, I'm not. Jesus is saying, yes, he is. John says, no, I'm not. Jesus is saying, yes, he is. Listen, guys. Listen, guys. We ought to wake up. We have got to wake up. Don't forget also in Matthew 7, you can read it, 23 thereabout. Matthew 7, 18 to 23 thereabout. How did we not see all these things? So, Matthew is in prison. John the Baptist is in prison. John the Baptist, the disciples of John the Baptist have come to report to him that there's a man doing so many wonders, right? So John asked to go and ask this man that is doing wonders, Jesus, are you the Messiah? Are you the one that is to come? On face value, you look at it, but what is wrong with John asking if he is the Messiah? Here's what is wrong. John was the one that baptized him and said, behold, the Son of God. John was the one that heard the heavens speak, and God confirmed from the heavens that indeed this is the Son of God. Wait, was John making that up? John didn't know the person I get Christians, they will come with the argument that, wait a minute, but John the Baptist was in prison. So how could John the Baptist have known that this was the man that he baptized? Before you go any further, wait a minute. Who brought the report to John the Baptist? The disciples. Are you telling me the disciples of John the Baptist didn't know or didn't see Jesus when John the Baptist baptized Jesus? So the disciples should have just come and said, oh, sorry, you just broke the phone. Oh no. Just broke the phone. Anyway, let's go on. One of those things. The disciples should have come and said that, of John the Baptist should come and said that Christians will say that is why Jesus has broken your phone. The disciples said, wait a minute. Wait. The one that you anointed, these disciples of John the Baptist, they've been with him for the longest. The person that you anointed is doing amazing things. Everything you said has come to pass. So even if John the Baptist had the chance to know that this was indeed Jesus, the disciples should have known who he baptized. But John is saying, are you? The disciples are saying, listen, there's somebody who showed up. So did John baptize him or not? Anyway, so Jesus is saying John the Baptist is Elijah. John the Baptist is saying he's not. Maybe that's not enough lie. Let's go to John 7. John 7, okay? Let's go to John 7. Let's read something from John 7. Let's read it together. John 7, okay? Let's read something. Maybe this is all a big misunderstanding. Christians would explain everything, but just open your eyes and read. And after these things, Jesus walked not in Galilee, for he would not walk in Jewry, because the Jews sought to kill him. Now Jews' feast of tabernacle was at hand. His brethren therefore said unto him, Depart hence and go into Judea, that thy disciples also may see the works that thou doest. For there is no man that doeth anything in secret, and he himself seeketh to be known openly. If thou do these things, show thyself to the world. So the disciples said, listen, it's time to let people know who you are, because you're doing these things and people don't know you, so they got to know you. For neither did his brethren believe in him. Then Jesus said unto him, My time has not yet come, but your time is always or already ready. The world cannot hate you, but hated because I testify of that the works therefore I testify of it that the works therefore are evil. So when Jesus was saying my time has not come yet, this has nothing to do with the feast. This has nothing to do with going to. Jesus was talking about, because the disciples said, because Christians would want to argue this one and say, oh, when he said my time has not come yet, he was talking about my time to go to, because the Jews were seeking to kill him. He was walking in Judea. Read it. Jesus was walking in Galilee. I try to tell him there was no Jews in Galilee. Galilee. He was walking about. So don't use the excuse and say, oh, he didn't go to the party, or he didn't go to the feast because they would kill him. When he said my time has not yet come, he was talking with the disciples saying, let yourself be known. Let the people know you. He wasn't saying, I'm not going. No, he said, let the people know. He said, no, my time has not come for me to be publicly known for the things I do. Christians read. Then Jesus said unto them, my time has not yet come, but your time is already ready. The world cannot hate you, but me it hated, because I testify of that the works that the world do are evil. Go ye up to this feast. I go not up yet unto this feast, for my time is not yet full come. So this is still on the premise, on the base of the fact that people should not know the works that, because his time has not come. This has nothing to do with the feast. But Jesus said, I am not going to the feast. And he said these words unto them. He abode still in Galilee, means I wait here in Galilee. But when his brethren were gone up, Jesus said, I'm still waiting in Galilee. I'm not going to the feast. But you go, for my time has not even come yet for me to go to the feast and show them anything. So you go to the feast, but I'm not even going to the feast. And when he had said this, but when his brethren were gone up, then went he also up unto the feast, not openly, but as it was in secret. So Jesus, after saying that he's not going, lying to his brothers, went to Galilee himself, went to the feast himself, in secret. In secret. Then why go? Because you said I will wait here. Why lie about it? Christians will find excuse, reason for everything, even when it's glaring that Jesus lied to his brothers that he wasn't going to the feast and he went secretly. Because they will tell you, oh, he had to obey the law by attending the Feast of Tabernacle. Because if he didn't go to the Feast of Tabernacle, then he would have broken the law. But then again, he was saving his life so that people wouldn't see him and kill him. He is God, for crying out loud. He could not have stopped them when somebody was coming to kill him. He had to lie just to protect himself for being, he had to lie. He's God. If his time has not yet come, because besides, he's God. He knows that the only time he's going to be dead anyway is at the cross, at the crucifixion. So of course he knew that nobody was going to kill him at the feast. There was a time that he was pressed so much to the crowd, and he walked through the crowd and nobody saw. He vanished. So don't use the lame excuse that, oh, he didn't want the people of Judea to know, that's why he told the disciples he's not going. No, that is just a blunt lie. He said he wasn't going. He ended up being there. Don't defend the lie. Don't do that. Don't do that. As if this is not enough. I told you, I try so hard not to take your time. As if this is not enough. Let's look at Matthew 10:23. Matthew 10:23. Matthew 10:23. Let's see. As if the lying to the brothers wasn't enough. Already the high priest didn't see him coming. The high priest died. Matthew 10:23. Let's read. I don't want to take much of time. Let me wrap it up. Matthew 10:23 says, but when they persecuted you in this city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. Well, for your information, in case you didn't get the memo, they went beyond the street. They finished the entire cities of Israel. They crossed the Middle Eastern regions. They came to Europe. They came to Americas. They came to Africa. They've been everywhere. Yet you still have not come. Jesus gave a timeline that I am going to come within this timeline. Yes, when persecution comes here, flee to the next city. But I'm telling you, you will not finish the entire cities of Israel. Then the Son of Man will come back. They've made it all the way to Ghana. In Siam. Yet he's not back. Did he lie? Was it an honest mistake? Did he not know what he was saying? Is he not God? Is he not supposed to know everything? Why lie that you are going to not finish the entire cities of Israel and the Son of Man has returned? And the disciple is not above his master. It goes on. Let's go to another place, right? Matthew 24, 29. Or Matthew 16. Let's go to Matthew 16 first. Matthew 16 first. Matthew 16. Okay. Let's read 27 to 28. Matthew 16, 27 to 28. For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his work. Verily I say to you, there be some standing here which shall not taste death till they see the Son of Man coming. There be some that will stand there that will not see death. Well, I guess he's over 2,000 years late according to the New Testament. He says, Jesus said, there's some standing here that will not see death. There is some standing here that will not see death. Some standing here, right here, that will not see death. Some were standing there, all right, but they saw death. They died and still didn't see the Son of Man. Jesus told them publicly that some of you will not die and you will see. Well, many my great-great-grandparents have died. Okonfa-Noche has died. Nana Santua has died. Jesus is still nowhere to be found. He's still nowhere to be found. Matthew 24. Matthew 24. Matthew 24. 29 to 34. Matthew 24. 29 to 34. 39 to 34. And knew not until the flood. Wait. 29 to 34. Okay. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heavens, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in the heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming, and even here is wrong. All the tribes of the is wrong, but that's not what I'm into. A man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory, and shall see his angels with a great sound of triumph, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, and from one end of the heaven to the other. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When it goes on and on and on and on. Very, I say to you, this generation shall not pass. Very, I say to you, this generation shall not pass till all these things happen. This generation shall not pass till all these things happen. Well, Jesus, for your information, that generation passed 2,000 plus years ago, according to the New Testament. That generation passed a long time ago. Yet your word, your prophetic word, didn't happen. Luke 9:27. Luke 9:27. Let's read it. Luke 9:27. But I tell you of a truth, there be some standing here which shall not taste death till they see the kingdom of God. This is Jesus saying. Luke 9:27. But I tell you the truth, there be some standing here which shall not taste death till they see the kingdom. Standing here, timeline. They are standing there. Why? A human being is supposed to live over 2,000 years. So maybe you have somebody who is living over 2,000 years that has not yet seen Jesus come down. Luke 21:32 to 33. Luke 21. 32 to 33. Last one. Luke 21:32 to 33. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass away till all this be fulfilled. So the question is, should we take Jesus at his word? Should we trust Jesus? Did he lie? Did he make up some of these things? Did he not know what he was saying? Well, if the things he said had not come to pass, then he is not all-knowing. Then he's not God. He doesn't know everything. He's limited because he prophesied things, and the thing he gave timeline. He would have just said, and some generation will see. He should have just made it infinity, but he gave timelines that this very generation. Don't mystify it, Christians. Please, it's plain. Read it for yourself. Anyway, guys, I love you. Make your own judgment. Make your own conclusions. I love you. I broke my phone, but listen, I love you guys still. If you indeed are a prophet, then if you say something, it has to come to pass. When you tell your brothers, I'm not going, don't go. When you show up, you lied. Have a great evening. I love you guys. Please don't forget, tomorrow I'm going to be on the Pan-African TV with Dr. Tata. Listen, stay in tune. We are working. You're going to enjoy the conversation tomorrow. I love you guys. Stay blessed. Have a great night. I ask the powers that be, now to protect you and ensure that you join us in one piece. Have a great night, guys.